Hey YouTube, it's ShryphonX here. Today we're going to be talking about Kagurabachi Chapter 97. Like and subscribe for more content. Will this arc conclude the Hishaku? Kagurabachi Chapter 97. With the order to eliminate the Hishaku, can the good guys truly wipe out Kagurabachi's main villain group within this arc, or will this all end in tragedy? Kagurabachi Chapter 97 is titled The Host. Editor's note, the one he has his eyes fixed on. The cover page depicts the left half of Yura's face, with his eye fixed intently on Shinichi. The chapter commences with a map of the city, showcasing the underground portion covered in papers that power up the barrier. This barrier is powered by the heat of the earth, converted into spirit energy. Essentially, this is geothermal energy. Spirit energy is life energy derived from humans and cannot be controlled by anyone. Spirit energy that has no outlet will deplete, so the converted geothermal energy must be maintained by barrier keepers. The cornerstone of the barrier system, the central one, is selected once every 10 years from a pool of applicants and suitable candidates. Upon completing their 10-year term, the barrier keeper is rewarded with a life of luxury. However, they must adhere to the first step in all of sorcery, reshaping and strengthening their body with spirit energy, but to an even higher level. They are essentially reduced to a husk, a mere vessel of power. We witness the lead barrier keeper opening his mouth, revealing a scroll that likely contains the spell needed to maintain the barrier or signifies his position as the system's center. After repeating the cycle of samsara for approximately 4 months, the trainee loses several of their organs and reproductive functions. The vast, unchanneled spiritual energy is converted into a barrier through the user, acting as a conduit. The user becomes an extraordinary being capable of enabling the barrier, serving as its core. 6 others are connected to him at all times for assistance when necessary. Izuru, sensing 2 enchanted blades clashing, questions the main barrier keeper about the situation and why they haven't descended yet. The barrier keeper acknowledges interference and informs Izuru that only the 6 capable of interfering with the barrier are the barrier keepers themselves, suggesting that the traitor is still among them. However, the barrier keeper corrects Izuru, explaining that the one interfering is not present. While the barrier keepers can influence barrier specifics, there's another person with more power, essentially a person similar to the central barrier keeper, a host. Suddenly, the Kaminabi receive an announcement from Ichiki, who reveals the existence of another host, another keystone holding the barrier system. Ichiki recalls his conversation with Izuru, and they learn that since Kaisen is the traitor, it's likely that the Hishaku have acquired an identical replica of the barrier keeper. Ichiki informs Hakuri and Kiri that restoring the barrier is their priority. The barrier has been modified to repel the enchanted blades, but the presence of 2 hosts or central barrier keepers is destabilizing the entire barrier system. The barrier keeper acknowledges the significant toll the second host is bearing for this instability, emphasizing their incredible resolve and willingness to die for a cause. We cut to the Kaminoabi facing off against the young male Hishaku, who declares his intention to make Yura the king. Finally, we return to Azumi versus Yura, where Yura points out that using the coin technique as a physical fighting style will lead to exhaustion. Azumi responds that the same applies to Yura using the Shinichi's power. Yura notes that he's gradually getting accustomed to the strain. As he activates Centipede again, Yura declares his goal to bring order to this country. It appears that he and Kaisen share the same objective all along. We return to Ichiki interrogating the Kaminabi leader and traitor, Kaisen, who reveals that Yura will reach the Sword Saint much sooner. Ichiki informs Kaisen that they will kill the other barrier host, which Kaisen tempts him to do. We return to the fight, where Azumi states that if the barrier is broken, the Hishaku will bring in reinforcements. Azumi is aware that Yura can only be defeated by the enchanted blades. With Samura and Chihiro, two of the strongest, could they stand a chance against Yura? Even with his body badly damaged from all the fighting, Azumi declares his intention to continue wasting Yura's time until they can stabilize the barrier, stop the Hishaku, and bring the enchanted blades inside. The barrier keeper remarks that if it was one of the 6 keepers, he would have noticed, which suggests that the second host is actually one of the newcomers, implying that one of the Hishaku is the second host. The chapter ends with the announcement calling for the extermination of all Hishaku. This will be a battle royale against the Hishaku. Editor's note: get back the barrier. Chihiro and Ko wait in the dark. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe for more content. ShryphonX out.